All right, we're on the air. Hello, everybody. We have a couple people waiting in here, it says, so that's cool. We already got a couple people in here. Hello, everybody. It has been a while since we had a regular stream, probably been about a week or so since we had a regular stream instead of a Rubik's Cube stream. So, hello, everybody. Hello. Sent the link out to a few people, so we'll see if we can get any pals in. I tried to get Jason to come in so he could draw our comic live, but he says he can't tonight. He's got stuff to do, and then he's got to be on Drawn and Quartered later. So I don't think Jason's going to get on here and draw our comic today, but he is always streaming that over at his channel, Illustration by Design. So if you want to see Jason draw our comic book, Secret Comics Presents, then just go over to Illustration by Design. I should have had his link pulled up, and we'll probably pull it up later. So we got Dennis Peruch in here. Hello, Dennis. Guys that are watching, please hit the thumbs up and share out the link, and let's try and get some more friends in here, you guys. And while we're on the topic of Secret Comics Presents, which is launching Friday the 13th of March, so it's not too far away, I'm going to do a screen share real quick, and we will look at the cover. Let me see, screen share. I'm still getting the hang of StreamYard because I don't stream as much as I used to, and so let's see. There we go. That should be it. Allow. There we go. Ignore all the tabs that are open about witchcraft. That is for research purposes only. But here's the cover, you guys, for Secret Comics Presents. It's a fantastic cover, and we are going to have a stretch goal. I think it might have been 10 or 12,000. I have to double check. But at the 10 or 12,000 stretch goal, I believe it is, we're going to have Jason actually paint this. So there is a chance that this cover will be painted in the style of like a old movie poster. I sent Jason a few different examples of some different horror movie posters that look just incredible because they're painted. And he's if we hit a certain stretch goal, then Jason is going to paint the cover. But this is the cover right now for Secret Comics Presents. It's 4 short stories written by me and drawn by Jason Robinson, and that is coming Friday the 13th of March to Indiegogo. And we really look forward to launching that. And let me see. Am I missing anything in the chat? Nope, not missing anything in the chat. But that's Secret Comics Presents, you guys, coming Friday the 13th of March, and I cannot wait to launch that. I also have another comic that's going to come to Indiegogo, but I can't announce it just yet because we're still doing character designs and some concept art for this other book. But I am going to have a superhero comic coming to Indiegogo, and as far as Trixie Book 2, Sean has he's drawn the cover and he's working on the first couple pages right now. I might be able to find that first page if I can scroll back enough. I know I post a lot, so let me see if I could even find it. I should have had it pulled up already. The cover, we had showed it a few times. Oh, and my next book that's coming to Amazon. I'm aiming for next month. But Inner Demons, the sequel to Eternity. This is the cover for Inner Demons. So if you guys haven't gotten my book Eternity yet, you should go get it because this is going to be the sequel, Inner Demons, which is going to come out, I'm hoping, for next month. I'm hoping for February for Inner Demons. We shall see. But this is the cover right here, just the absolutely beautiful cover. I adore it. And that is the cover for Inner Demons. 8 people watching, guys. Please hit that thumbs up. Share out the link, please. And let me message Sean and see if he has any new art I could show off, and maybe I will show it to you guys live on the air. Let me send him a text. I should actually send Sean the link. Let me see. Actually, let me stop sharing for a second. I'll send him the link first. So excuse me for a second, you guys, while I stop that, and then let me get the link copied and head over to Facebook while I send Sean the link. I hope you guys are all having a great day so far. I watched Alfred Hitchcock's Rear Window today. It's a fantastic movie. Let me see. Here's Sean on Facebook. Where is he? There he is. Let me put the link there. There we go. Now I'll send him a text and let him know he has that link. Let's see. Any new art I can show off? There we go. I'm seeing if Sean has any new Trixie art for book 2 that I could show you guys yet. Progress has been moving a little bit slow on that book just for budget reasons. I need a little bit more money to pay him for more pages, but he's working on the first couple right now, and the cover's done, and we're probably not going to launch that until we get a little bit more of it done. But let me see. Let me tell him I sent him a link over on Facebook. Let's see. I sent you a link if you can get on. There we go. So we'll see if Sean could get on. All right, cool. We might have a guest on. I just got a message on Twitter that one of the people I sent a link to says that they'll try and get on later if I'm still going when they're home. So, all right, cool. And I see we also have Team Weiner in the chat. Team Weiner in the chat. Hey, Tim, how you doing? Hope all is going well with you, Tim. And let me see. Let me go over and try and pull up that cover again. It should be here. Let me see. Where is that Trixie Book 2 cover? I'm so awful at being prepared for these things. I should have had this pulled up. There we go. Now I found it. Now I could go back to sharing the screen. Let me share my screen now. There we go. We recently actually did a couple rewrites. Not rewrites, but just a couple tweaks in the Trixie Book 2 script. So that is... it's all written. It's been tweaked. It's all ready to go. Trixie Book 2. I don't know when exactly it'll launch. Probably after we're done with Secret Comics Presents, I hope. Because I have Secret Comics Presents, I have a superhero comic, and I have Trixie Book 2. And after Secret Comics Presents, I don't know which of those other two comics is going to launch next. I'm hoping to get Trixie Book 2 launched because me and Sean do have another book we want to do. A completely different series, which I still have to write. But this is going to be the cover here for Trixie Book 2, a nice homage to the Halloween movie poster. So that's pretty cool. And let's see. Tim's correcting me in the chat saying it's Wiener. I refuse to say Team Wiener. I'm going to say Team Weiner from now on. We have VM Ree in the chat. Hello, VM Ree. But yeah, guys, that's the Trixie Book 2 cover. And then where'd it go? Where'd it go? It's around here somewhere. I just scrolled past it on the way to finding that. There we go. And here's the cover for Inner Demons. So I'm going to put the link in the chat that'll take you to Amazon. There you go. And that'll take you there to Amazon. And the links are also in the description as well. If you guys want to get my book Eternity, this is the cover for the sequel right here. And that's the cover right there for the sequel. And then, yeah, I'm all over the place. Sorry, guys. I was not prepared for this stream. I just finished writing, and I was like, you know what? Why don't we do a stream? Here we go. The Secret Comics Presents cover right here, launching Friday the 13th of March. So that's Secret Comics Presents, me and Jason, and I did try to get Jason on here, but he can't tonight, so that's annoying. I sent the link to a bunch of guests. We'll see who swings by. I think I'm always awful at these things when I do them by myself, but Tim says, I still got to read Trixie. Well, okay. Guy from Red Bank says, will there be a villain with a twirly mustache? In which book? And let me stop sharing for a second. Which book are you asking, Guy from Red Bank? Which one are you asking about the twirly mustache? I don't know if that's a reference to something or not. Yeah, I got no clue. 7 people watching, guys. Please hit that thumbs up and share out the link. And if there's any questions you guys got about any of my upcoming books, any of the Indiegogos, just let me know in the chat, or any of my books on Amazon, just let me know in the chat. If there's any specific like book-related questions you guys have, anything you guys want to talk about. I really didn't come into this with a topic. I just thought I'd have some guests on, and then like everyone I sent the link to was like, I'm working today, can't come on. Guy from Red Bank says Trixie. No, there is no mustache twirling villains in Trixie. No, there's not. There's not. And there's I've actually people have been sending me the reviews of the book, and you know the reviews have been good, but then people in these reviews are spoiling the book, and I'm just like, please stop showing all these spoilers. But Um, but I'm actually glad to see that people have been enjoying Trixie. All the reviews I'm being sent have pretty much been positive. I think I've only seen like one person that didn't like it, so that's a pretty good rate. You know, one person out of every like I don't even know how many I've been sent. Oh, hey, Mike S. Miller's in the chat. I'll send Mike a link. We'll invite Mike so I could stop being awkward alone. Let me see. Let me get over to Twitter. Let's see. Here's Mike. Okay, I'm sending Mike the link. Hopefully he could get on and save me from this awkwardness. There we go. But yeah, Mike, you have the link now if you want to come on so we can catch up and stuff. Reed Troutman says Mike will come on. Hopefully he does. Because I didn't come on with the topic. I just sent the link to like 30 people, and I was like, oh, somebody will come on, and then nobody did. Let's see. Okay, and Sean just texted me. He said he couldn't get on. But hopefully he'll send me an art preview. Let me see. Any art I can show. All right, we'll see if Sean could send me anything. That's the advantage a lot of people like Mike have, because he's the artist and he could just hop on a stream and show you guys the art. I can't do that. I have to wait for him. I have to wait for my artist to send me new stuff. Let's see. Michael. Let's see. Michael Layton says only season 1 is available on Amazon Prime. What do you? Did I miss something? Oh, he just says just finished the first season of The Terror. Since we've been snowed in for the last couple weeks, it seemed an appropriate winter theme to watch, along with The Shining / Doctor Sleep double feature. Actually, I have the first season of that on Blu-ray. I haven't watched it yet. And here is Mike. Hello, Mike.
Hey, guys. Keep it down. I'm on Nasser's channel. Well, I mean, it's Nasser's channel. You don't have to be that quiet. What's up, dude?
We have a troll in the chat talking about Lone Star. Let me just.
You got a troll in your room.
Do I?
Yeah.
Let me hide user on this channel so that way they
leave them alone.
No, I don't tolerate trolls. But how's it going, dude?
Going well. How are you?
No. I'm doing all right, man. Getting a lot of writing done. Getting a lot of writing
Good
done
for you. I am just
preparing for this Indiegogo launch. I'm super nervous.
Nice. I was just checking my Social Blade. I have a C+ on Social Blade.
Every time I check Social Blade, my numbers keep going down, so I don't even check it anymore. I already know what to expect.
Yeah, I think the best I've ever had on there was like a B-. So I think I'm holding pretty strong.
I don't even look at the A or B rating. I just look at each day, like how many like followers or subs go up and down. But I noticed YouTube on Social Blade, it doesn't really do the numbers that accurately. Like
it's changed it. They round up and down and stuff. Oh gosh, I was supposed to mail that out. I know, but it fell down there. So sorry, you're in my house now, so you're going to be constantly interrupted, Nasser. That's just the way things are.
Yeah, I'm used to it though.
I know, right?
Yeah, but how's your campaign going? How's progress on Lone Star Book 2?
Still waiting on colors. My colorist took on too much freaking work, and so I'm actually looking to divvy up the last pages with another colorist, which I hate to do because I really want to keep a consistent look.
Oh man, I know exactly how that goes. Well, not for colors, but with Trixie Book 1, how Sean took on some other stuff and pencils were slow, and I was like, come on, man.
Hey guys, seriously, I'm at my friend's house. Be quiet.
Let's see.
So yeah. Anyways, I've been spending the last while I'm waiting for colors to come in. I just spent the last 24 days doing an entirely different comic book.
Oh yeah, I've seen you posting previews for that. What is it now?
The Magnificent Seven.
Are you writing that or just drawing it?
Wrote it, drew it, penciled it, inked it. It's done. I'm done. I just have to do covers now. But right now I have to start. So fast. I have to do a couple other illustrations for a jewelry company I'm working for.
Wouldn't you rather just put out like one book every 2 years, Mike?
No. Heavens no. That's not what.
Stop making a ton of books.
That's not. Yeah, it's a thick book. Les Miserables. Terribly thick book.
Let's see. Dennis Peruch says, "Does green screen work on trolls?"
Oh, you mean can I disappear the people behind me?
Oh, there's zombies.
Oh.
Well, and I loved your Venom piece you did on Drawn and Quartered. I didn't get a chance to tune in, but I saw it on Twitter.
Oh, this old thing, I was robbed.
Who ended up coming in first?
Elliot.
Oh, of course it was Elliot. It's of course it was. That's a great piece. But I didn't even see Elliot's. He's not on Twitter anymore.
He's not on Twitter. But yeah, I mean, I was pretty stoked about this piece. And I'm usually not stoked about anything I do on Drawn and Quartered.
Let's check it out.
So upsetting. I mean, it's not perfect or anything, but...
Well, if no one likes it, you could just send it to me instead.
Yeah, I'll probably not do that.
Let's see. Eric Hawkins says, "When will Lone Star coins be available, and will they be Bitcoins?"
Well, let's see. Let's see about that. Let's see real quick here. Can you share my screen?
Got it.
Do I just have to click on you? I don't
Click
really
on
do
the
this.
screen icon next to me. And
oh, there we go.
no, not my screen. The screen I'm sharing.
Oh, there we go. Boomer for a minute.
I think you'd rather have a Bitcoin at this point.
I have no clue how Bitcoin works. You gotta explain this to me.
I don't want to explain it all over again.
Oh, come on. Explain it to me like I'm 5.
5-year-olds wouldn't understand.
I mean, just put it in simple terms.
Okay. In simple terms, you use PayPal?
Yeah.
Do you ever see the money?
What do you mean?
I mean, do you ever see the money?
Like physically? No, it's just a number on the screen.
Right. Well, that's digital currency, right? But it is a digital fiat currency that is at the whim and control of the Federal Reserve. If you held $100,000 in the bank, then by plan and design, the purchasing power of that money will decrease by 2 to 3% every year until it's pretty much worthless. Bitcoin has the opposite. It's the opposite because there will only ever be 23 million Bitcoin, and actually, because of people who are idiots who like lose their wallets and whatnot, the usable amount of Bitcoin decreases, and the ability to mine or produce Bitcoin decreases every certain number of blocks. So it becomes intrinsically more valuable because of the simple law of supply and demand. So it is a virtual currency, just like PayPal, just like when your money is transferred through ones and zeros over the internet, except for you can store it not in some foreign bank or someone else's website like PayPal or Venmo or Apple Pay or whatever. You can actually store it in either on your own computer, or you can store it in what's called a hardware wallet and be your own bank ultimately.
Yeah, that's too confusing for me. This is why I only invest in silver coins.
That's as simple as I can make it.
You're like, there'll only ever be 23 million of them, but then people spend them and it goes down, and then I just kind of got lost there.
No. Spending them just means you're transferring them to somebody else. That doesn't mean I mean that some people, like there was some guy who was like anti-Bitcoin. He's like, "Oh, I lost the keys to my wallet, so now I lost all my Bitcoin." I'm like, well, yeah, that's because you're an idiot. You lost the keys to your freaking wallet. If you lost your car, you wouldn't say cars are worthless, right?
Oh man, I just added Tyler here, and he's already being a boomer.
Are you kidding me?
Well, first of all, you're upside down. Second of all, you were just making a bunch of noise.
Wait, am I really upside down right now?
Yes, you're upside down.
You've got it just all on you, just so you know.
How's this?
Okay, now you're right side up.
Gosh dang it, I'm on my phone. All right, hold on. How's this?
Now you're sideways.
Gosh dang it. Let me get on my computer.
Okay, kick Tyler. I
So-
got you guys. I kicked him.
Bye, Tyler.
Let's see. Okay, Reed Troutman says, so the money comes out of the computer.
In a way.
Hmm.
In a way, the money comes out of the computer.
Okay, Eric Hawkins says, so if we buy Bitcoin and are referred by Mike, will Mike get a referral bonus?
If you sign up through a link I send you, I'll get $10. Okay, so if you buy $100 worth of cryptocurrency, Coinbase will give you will give you $10 extra, and it'll give me $10. So,
but what if like half of the world signs up and then there's like no more of this 23 million of it left? Then if new people sign up, like where does the rest of it come from? I don't understand.
Oh, dude, nobody comes in. Well, not nobody. Only wealthy people come in and buy a Bitcoin. It's $9,500, right? So it's a Bitcoin is divisible by, I think, 10. Is it 10,000 or 100,000, something like that? And it's called a Satoshi. So like, pennies to $1, Satoshis to a Bitcoin. So you can buy $10 worth of Bitcoin, right? You don't have to buy a full Bitcoin. It's not like stocks. That's why it's actually easier to get in and out of than stocks, because stocks you have to buy like whatever the full value of the stock is.
Okay.
Or if your computer breaks. If your computer breaks, then if you have, I think the thing is you have like key codes and stuff. It's like certain key codes that allow you to track your Bitcoin. So like if somehow or another you lose your whatever computer, well, you still have the information, right?
I think he's just trolling you.
Yeah.
All right, but Tyler, you're not upside down now.
In the bank.
I know, I'm here.
Tyler, what are you up to these days? You had a campaign recently, right?
No, I ended my campaign in December. I'm still waiting for that Indiegogo money. It's taking forever. No, but I'm yeah. So, but my books are at the printer, and they should be to me in like 2 weeks, and then.
I mean, it takes that long to give you $2,000.
Yeah, it's not even that. No, it's because I did in demand, and so now in demand ended in like 3 weeks ago.
Oh, okay.
So
well, that still sounds like too long of a wait.
I know it's driving me crazy, but I mean I have the money for the printing, and so I'm just working on my YouTube channel right now. That's all.
All right. You drawing anything right now? And anytime I have artists on my stream, I like to make them draw. So if the conversation ever dies, we at least have something to look at. So both of you guys have to draw something.
Dude, there's gonna be no dead air while I'm on, and I'm only gonna be on for like 10 minutes. I'm sick. I'm home from work.
All right. Well, I just added Mike's screen right here because it looks like he's about to draw for us.
There we go. Also, nice to meet you, Mike.
Hey, how you doing? I'm looking for a dragon.
So one time, Mike, I won the Drawn and Quartered Fan Edition, and I got into the Pro one, and you weren't there, and I was really sad.
Oh, was that when? Where was it?
I had to be on my channel. It ended up being on John Malin's channel.
John's channel.
And I didn't have a good time.
Those are apocryphal episodes, so they.
I did not have a good time, and I was actually really bummed. And that was the last time I did Drawn and Quartered because I had such a.
Well, how could you have a good time over there?
Yeah,
you're so negative, dude.
It's just a joke.
No, I think you mean it.
Yeah. Can we spread some positivity, Nasser?
Of course we can.
Nasser, when are you writing that romance book? I'm gonna make millions.
Oh man, romance does sell a lot on Amazon, but I just can't bring myself to do it just yet. I have too many other ideas.
Nasser, my book publishing company that I work for, we take romance. We accept romance novels, not so that we can print the books, but so we can make money off of the Kindle, because they make us so much money.
Yeah, I see that whenever I look in, because I'm in a bunch of different self-publishing groups, I always see
the
like,
checks that
romance
they get.
makes this much. I always see romance makes this much, that much. You gotta do this category, this one, all romance, they all sell. And I'm like, oh
Nasser,
man.
do not do romance. You know nothing about the subject.
So Nasser, when you write the book,
cardinal rule of writing: write what you know, Nasser.
I don't know if Nasser knows much about serial killers and the supernatural.
Well,
you did have all those tabs of witchcraft on your computer.
Right.
Oh yeah, that's right. Earlier when I showed my screen, I said, everyone just ignore all the witchcraft tabs. Those are entirely for research purposes.
Nasser, when you eventually write a romance novel and you're gonna need a cover, hit me up. I'll send you a quick pic of my 6-pack. Throw it up there. You're welcome.
Oh man, you're getting better and better every day with Photoshop, aren't you?
Yeah, and now my wife's looking at me like, what 6-pack?
Of course. But no, I thought about it briefly, making a series, but I was just like, I just have too many other ideas I would like more to do right now.
It's tempting. All the guys that I work with, we work in the marketing and sales department, and we all talk about like how we're each gonna write a romance novel and then quit our day jobs and just start trading our romance stories.
Oh man, but
sure.
I don't know. It's expensive to self-publish too. You know, getting a decent cover and an editor and formatting it all, and so it's like if I'm gonna put so much money into it, I'd rather put into a story I really like instead of one that's just purely to possibly make money.
Oh yeah, and also like those numbers are they just show like what they made, but they don't talk about like the advertising costs. Because I talked to one of the authors who like, yeah, I made like $100,000 this month, but I was like, how much did you spend on advertising? They're like $30,000. I'm like, yeah. So I mean, if you don't have that $30,000 right there.
Yeah, I see a lot of people that put thousands and thousands into advertising. I put like $400 into advertising on Amazon, and I only made back like 50.
Oh my stars! Well, I have a friend, and he created a Dungeons and Dragons book on Kickstarter, and he paid a company, I think, $12,000 to help him do his marketing. And
12,000? You mean 1,200?
No, 12,000. He paid 12,000 in advertising, and he made $1 million in his campaign.
Oh wow! Okay, that's a lot better than where I thought you were going with this. I thought you were going to have one that failed miserably. But wow, that is incredible. Okay, if I had $12,000, I would do that. But no, it's just I don't know. It's just a few different things I've learned when studying Amazon ads that I need to. Well, I need to do a series first of all, so that's why I'm putting out the sequel to one of my books, hopefully next month.
Wait, Amazon? What do you do? Where do you put Amazon ads?
Well, Amazon, when you're in your Kindle account, your Kindle Direct Publishing account, there will be a link that takes you to the Amazon ads website, AMS, and then you could it has your books from your dashboard in there, and then you set up your campaign. There's a few different options. You only pay when somebody actually clicks on it. And, there's a few different ways to decide that. They give you a suggested one and a suggested amount for depending which way you're advertising it. And you could also have the bid increase or decrease under certain situations. But you're not charged until someone clicks on it.
Yeah, we put a lot of money with the company I work for. We put a lot of like strategy into our Amazon ads. Like one of our authors has made has sold like millions of copies last year just from our Amazon ads.
Wow. Dang, I should do something with that with the Meg book.
No, you should. You should. You absolutely should. It should. And I'm in charge of like the Facebook marketing, and so like we sell books every single day through our Facebook marketing as well. It's intense.
Yeah, just from what I've seen, it seems like I need a series on Amazon for it to sell better, and that's just what I've seen in pretty much every self-publishing group I'm in. Everyone that's making money on it somehow is like, oh, you just gotta do a series. Well, not just do a series, but it does better. Huh?
Just do a series, man.
No, it's not just having a series, but like the click-through is better, and people will buy all of them before they even read the first one, and just it's
Really?
easier to market. Yeah, that's what I hear from a lot of people.
Wow.
I've heard from a lot of people that people have just like it sounded interesting, so they just bought every book. I never do that personally, but it seems like that works to some degree. So that's why I'm putting out a sequel to my book Eternity, hopefully next month. Editing just got started on it, so it kind of depends with how long that takes. The ebook cover is done. I just need that to be done, so then I could get a spine thickness once it's formatted, and then the back cover will be underway once it's formatted.
Where are you?
As for books, Nasser, that I'm doing, I am probably I'm launching a Kickstarter probably in April or May. Currently.
Oh, okay. For a regular book or for a comic?
For a comic book. I don't do regular books.
Yeah, I remember you told me you tried and you rage quit.
I don't have the bandwidth for it. I am with my current book publisher right now working on a project that will hopefully get published, and they're gonna sell it like worldwide if I can like pull it off. So that's the only like book that I'm working on right now. And then I'll show you my royalty checks.
All right.
When all is said and done. But no, I have a sci-fi graphic novel coming out right now, and I'm actually giving away the first 20 pages for free to everyone. Is it right if I put a link in your chat?
Oh, of course. Are you a wrench though, or do I have to make you one? Say something in the chat. Let me see. I don't remember.
I just put a link in the chat.
Oh, I don't see it. It's just send anything in the chat right now so I can find you and make you a wrench, because I don't see that.
Eric Hawkins, my novel is on Amazon. Or my graphic novel is, anyways.
Did you send anything? I don't see you in the chat.
Yeah, I put it in the chat. Someone said, "Oh, nice." Underneath
no, but I'm saying I don't see it. I don't think you're a wrench, so I don't think it went through.
Oh gosh, this is so sad. Here, I'll just say something else. Hi, Nasser. Okay. It's DJ.
You could just send like just the letter Q for all I care.
Fine, I'll put the letter Q.
Freaking
needy.
Okay, let's see. Add moderator.
Guy
there you go. Now it should work. There you go. Now we're done being boomers.
Oh no, I still don't have that wrench. Now I have a wrench. Boom. There we go. Okay, so everyone who puts their email in this, you'll automatically get a download for the first 20 pages of this sci-fi graphic novel, and then if you want to read it like immediately, it's on my Patreon currently. But if you want to wait, if you don't want to sign up for the Patreon, then you just wait for the Kickstarter.
All right, and we got let's see, we got Jim O'Reilly in the chat. He puts sup. Hello, Jim. Nice to see you here. Jim's a fantastic artist, and you should all go sub to him.
No, it's because it's O'Reilly. Sup.
Oh, parts.
Okay, that was stupid.
Dude.
But we got 15 people watching, guys. Please hit that thumbs up and share out the link. Let's get some more pals in here. And I'm also going to put the link real quick in the chat for my books on Amazon if you guys want to get them. I see we have Gary Shipman in the chat. Hello, Gary.
Gary!
One thumbs down. You have one thumbs down on your video, Nasser. I think the moment you said boomer and made fun of me and Mike with our song, that's when someone hit the one thumb down.
No one thumbed it down for you. They thumbed it down for Mike.
I actually thumbed it down myself.
Sure.
I have 3.
No, do we? Oh, yeah, we do have 3 now.
4. Everyone give Nasser a thumbs down, if you would.
Either way, it's interaction. It doesn't matter.
That's right. It helps the algorithm.
Oh my gosh, they're growing now.
Yeah, so thumbs down, thumbs up, doesn't matter.
So Nasser, how are your comic book plans? I know that you just showed a cover. You showed a cover.
Okay.
On the stream.
Well, we plan to do one book every 2 years and be late.
Hey, that's how you make the most money, and that's how you become a professional. So
learn from that.
But I at least plan on at least one Indiegogo this year with Secret Comics Presents, and I have Trixie Book 2 that we're we're about 2 pages into it. We have the cover done, and he's working on the first couple pages. I think they're both penciled. He's just working on inking them right now, and I think it's about 48 pages if I remember correctly. And we might have a little bit of back matter in that, and I'm trying not to launch that until we're at least halfway done with it, if not all the way done with it. And I have a superhero comic that we're not even announcing yet. The artist doesn't want to announce it until he's done with it. He's working on
a secret. Yep.
Yeah. Well, he also doesn't want to be late or anything, so he wants to, like, you know, he's telling me he wants to get pretty much the whole thing done before we launch. And right now we don't have any pages of that done. We're just working on like character designs, concept art, that sort of thing. But we're towards the end of that right now, and the first script of that is written. It's 36 pages, I believe. So, yeah, we're gonna have a superhero comic too. And right now, that's all I have planned is just those 3.
That's exciting.
Yeah, and then after Trixie Book 2, I think me and Sean might do something else.
Nice.
Yeah, and trying to put out hopefully, well, it costs so much money to do, but I'm hoping to put at least 2 or 3 books on Amazon this year. I put 3 last year and hoping for another 2 or 3 this year, but it's so expensive because it's like $2,000 each, and the returns have not been so good on them so far. Not as good as they were on the comics.
Wait, why is it $2,000?
Well, it cost me about $500 for a cover, and about $1,500 for editing and formatting and all that stuff.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, so there's no real area of it where I could.
What do you mean by
money.
Formatting?
Well, I have a guy that he'll format it
for an ebook.
Yeah, for an ebook and for print, he'll put everything to the exact sizes.
You need to use vellum.pub.
Isn't that for Mac only?
Someone's here.
Yeah, it's only for Mac.
Yeah, I don't have a Mac.
Dang it. Well,
where's the computer room?
Well, it's only like $150 for him to do that, so it's not crazy. But most of the money goes to editing, and I don't know. I don't want to find a cheaper editor because I mean you really do get what you pay for.
For sure.
So I don't want someone that's just like, oh well, this is a cheap job. You're not paying me for much. Let me just skim through it. My editor does a great job.
Like how long does it take for them to get to do it?
That is a good question.
And are they and when you say editor, are they like going through the story? Are they like proofing? Are they like making sure your story makes sense?
My editor she pretty much does it all. She'll get like the typos and stuff, and she'll make sure that it makes sense, and she'll tell me if something's worded awkwardly, and she'll tell me like you got this plot hole here, this there, and
that's good. That's good.
Yeah.
Speaking of like late books, I actually got one of my one of the books that I backed in 2018. I finally got it this week. I won't say which one. And one thing, I don't know. I think the problem with like waiting so long for these like books sometimes is, man, I was really anticipating it and I really didn't enjoy it. And I was
Cyberfrog?
Oh no, I did not back Cyberfrog. I really wanted to enjoy it, and I was reading through the whole thing, and by the end of it, I was like, gosh, I didn't like that. Whereas I backed a Kickstarter book that was 20 pages, and I got it like 4 weeks after the campaign ended, and I like really enjoyed it, and I spent like half the money.
Man, I get books from 2018 sometimes, and I'm just so like, I just don't care anymore, and I just never read them. Like, I just toss them to the side. But I did get this book from Kickstarter last month called Le Fay, which I backed it, and it was like, and the date on it said, yeah, we'll fulfill by December. And then December came and they fulfilled it. I was like, oh my goodness. So I read it that same day. I was just so impressed that I got something that, or no, it was an Indiegogo, but they had a Kickstarter before. And book 2 is on Kickstarter right now. But I backed that, and it came the very next month. It said December, and it came December, and I read it, and it was awesome. And
is Le Fay
I got a book on
published
time.
by Evolutionize?
I think so, yeah.
Dude, can I just tell you that the guy who runs that is really dirty? Marcel Dupree. Have you heard of him?
Yeah,
well,
I've heard of him.
yeah, I don't know anything about him. I just know that he ran that campaign, and I got it on time, and it was a really fun book.
Dude, you are like one of the few people who get the books because he has probably 12 books where people still are waiting for their books. He makes like 6 figures a year, but he runs like 10 Kickstarters at the same time under different names.
What?
And and he uses the money. He doesn't use the money to pay the artist. He uses the money to fund like another book. So there's like tons of artists who are waiting to be paid. Tons of people who haven't gotten their books in like 5 years.
Wow.
My friend Travis Gibb wrote a graphic novel for them, and it's coming up to be a year late because Marcel stopped paying the artist because he used all the money to pay himself and like other books first. Yeah. Which sucks because I really like Valhalla, like his Valhalla. It's another evolutionized comic, but like I heard a lot of people didn't even get the first issue, so I was like, I don't know if I should back the second issue and get it and get scammed.
Well, I know nothing about any of that stuff, so we'll have to talk more later about that. Because I did not know any of that.
Talk about it right now, Nasser.
This is breaking news, Nasser, and I'm here to break the story, even though this has been a year-long issue.
I'd rather talk about that stuff privately. But
yeah, no, you're right. I agree.
But
no. This is people doing public business, and this is consumers have to be wary if people are not fulfilling.
I'm just saying I want to do my research first because I know nothing about it.
Well, you can if you just like Google Marcel Dupree. Like Bleeding Cool's done articles. A lot of places have done articles of a lot of people saying, where's my book? A lot of backers are unhappy. And like he puts out quality books. He puts out really quality indie books. And I've talked with him before. Because he puts out so many books like so often, he and it's just him. He doesn't manage himself very well. So when he's putting out 10 books a year and he's trying to figure out where all the money's going, he's not paying artists on certain projects. He's not fulfilling, which means he's not fulfilling other projects. And it's just super bad. Eric Hawkins in the chat says, speaking of Travis Gibb, he has a Kickstarter right now, Broke Down in 4 Dead Bodies. Yes, he does. And I actually have a 2-page story in there that I drew.
Oh, you could post a link if you want. And I also see we have Rebel Comics and Gaming in the chat. Larry, you have the link if you want to get on here. He puts his Kickstarter link, and we all know that he fulfills his campaigns. So go back, Larry, right there at Rebel Comics. He put the link. And also, Gary Shipman's in the chat. Hello, Gary. He says he has 72 hours left on Titan Mouse of Might. I don't think you posted a link, though, Gary, but you could post the link if you want to. And you could come on the stream if you want to, too. Just let me know. I'll send you the link.
He's trouble.
but yeah, Gary, you could put the link in the chat because I think you just mentioned it, but you didn't put the link to your Indiegogo. So go ahead and put the link, Gary, and everyone definitely go back. Larry from Rebel Comics, he posted the link for his Kickstarter, and Larry, you could get. Oh, there he is. Let me add him here.
I just put Larry's book on the chat.
Look, it's Drawn Talk.
LP's in the house.
What's going on, gentlemen?
Hello, Larry.
Hello, Mr. Mike Miller. It's the first time I ever spoken to you officially.
That's strange. This is the first time I've ever spoken to you.
Yeah, but I like
Larry. You're losing your mic, talking to Mike virginity today as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's a great day.
It is a great day.
It is what it is.
What's going on?
Yo, sorry, you guys were like lagging on me for a second, so I was muted, and then I said something. I was like, "What? Do they not hear me?" And then I realized I was muted still. But nice to have you on the stream, Larry.
After that, Nasser, just go ahead and mute yourself.
Yeah, we got it from here, Nasser.
Okay, I'll be muted again.
So we're here with Drawn Talk and Mr. Mike S. Miller. We're watching Mike do a. Is that Mike drawing or
it is?
Oh, you think Tyler's this great?
Well, you know.
Oh my gosh.
Cool.
I'm not.
Oh, I was about to give Tyler some major props there, Nasser, but just burn them.
I can't afford Photoshop, so that's how you know it's not me.
Oh, you buy those things? What?
Yeah, actually, I'm actually not that good at Photoshop. I should probably just draw this and hire a colorist. But I'm gonna give it a try because I'm gonna charge this lady a couple $1,000.
Wow. Eh?
Might as well try it myself.
Oh, nice. Larry, your campaign's doing great.
It's okay. Yeah. It's funded, so that's a good plus. It was funded in 3 days, so that was the.
Oh,
that was-
awesome.
Yeah. My campaign's called Niobe, sir.
Oh yeah. That looks good, man.
Thank you, brother. Thank you. So yeah, it goes well. We're at 5,600 and change Canadian, which is probably about $46 US. You know,
That's about. I think that's the correct rate.
pretty good conversion rate, right?
It's about 4,200 here.
4,200. But it is funded, so it is going to happen.
Go, Nasser.
Oh, brother. And I'm pretty happy. We still got 16 days left to go, though, so this can still climb a bit, you know. So usually the first week and the last week are your best weeks on Kickstarter.
Yeah, it's usually like the first 3 days and the last 3 days.
Exactly, yeah. So the people that want to jump on it, they'll jump on it right away, and the people who've been kind of beating around the bush will see like, oh my God, this thing is almost ended. I got to jump on it now. You know, like on the like Mike just said, there in the last 3 days or so, they'll do the mad rush to make sure they don't miss it. You know?
Yeah.
We know, Larry, if you
They
want
wanna
more
know that-
backers,
They
if you
want
want more backers right now, though, what I'll do for you, I don't have enough clout, but I think I will bash you on my stream.
Oh,
and then
okay.
you can claim victimhood.
You want to start internet drama?
Yes.
Yeah,
And
okay.
I just want you to succeed.
So
Just save some of it for when I launch in March.
I only have room for one internet drama a year.
Well, I mean, you know, if we kayfabe it right, and that's the word that Preston wanted to use in his video the other day. He couldn't think of the word, but the word Preston is called kayfabe, sir. Kayfabe, you know, is when you have manufactured drama and you do it just for the point of making money, right? Like wrestling, you know, it's all fake, right? So
No. Well,
we can totally do that, Tyler. I can strike first blood on you on Twitter, right? I can write something, you know, really scathing about you. You can come hit me up with a response video, and then we can just kind of go from there, you know.
But I'm gonna go full YouTuber, and I'm gonna come out with a diss track.
Are you gonna diss track?
No.
Wow.
By the way, I gotta bounce. I gotta now be a parent.
What?
all right.
I came on just to speak with you.
I know, Larry. We'll have to do this. We'll have to do this again.
We will. Listen, everyone. Draw and Talk, awesome show. Proud parent here, Tyler Carpenter. You know, he's struggling to find a way to balance life and comic books all at the same time, but yet he's still doing it. You also started a brand new series on your YouTube channel that features Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah, that one is that's such a time consuming thing right now.
Yes. How's that going? Is it going as planned or?
I showed my brother because it's me and him, and I said I can either do a time lapse drawing of like the scenes that we're in, or I can actually animate it. And I showed him the animation stuff I did. He goes, "Yeah, I'd rather have you animate it." And I was like, "Okay, you do realize it took me like an hour to do like 30 seconds of animation, and it's not even like animation." And he was like, "Yeah, well, it looks better." So.
I want to see this animation, Tyler.
It's not like when I say animation, it's mostly just stills, like still images.
Okay.
That like here's
Still
a still
want to see.
image, and then here's a still image, and then here's a still image. No, yeah, when it drops, I'll definitely be sharing it. I'm just trying to find a new market of people.
Roger that. So you really got to bounce, eh, bro?
Yeah, I gotta bounce. I gotta be a husband and father right now. So
right.
Hey, Nasser, everyone go thumbs down this video and subscribe to Nasser, and very nice talking with you, Mike and LP and Nasser.
Peace.
Always a pleasure, Tyler.
Alrighty then.
I feel like I'm right late to the party, you know?
Yeah, you kind of did. Did you not see the link?
Well, I just woke up, right? I work graveyard shift, so I'm always like up in the middle of the night and sleeping during the day. So I wake up, I turn on my laptop, and the very first thing I see is Nasser live on YouTube. I start watching it, and like, there's my boy Tyler, there's Mike S. Miller. I'm like, Man, I wonder if Nasser sent me a link. And sure enough, I checked my Twitter and boom, yes, sir, I'm in.
Alrighty, and I see over on your campaign, let's see, people could get at the lowest tier they could get this is $5. So if you guys want to get Niobe, you guys could do so here. I'm about to post the link in the chat, and you guys could get in on it for as low as $5.
Well, actually, it's even lower than that because that's $5 Canadian. So that's probably like $3.80 US or something. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. Yeah, so $5 Canadian. Wow. And so I'm pretty sure you're the only Canadian here on my channel. So,
you know, we like to minimize the Canadian contingent.
Well, yeah. I mean, sometimes we get a bad rap. You know what I'm saying, brother? You know, so.
Yeah, sort of.
Right.
And then for, let's see, physical copies, they'll start at 10 Canadian. So it says here about $8 American.
Yeah, so you know you're talking your standard 24-page size floppy. Good time. So I mean that you're not breaking the bank if you back Niobe. You know what I mean?
Yep.
You know what? I'm gonna share my screen real quick. So I'm gonna take it off of Mike's for a moment, just so we can look at the art on the campaign.
All right, I'm leaving.
Alrighty then.
Screw this. I'm out of here, man.
I'm only here for the promotion on your stream, Nasser.
Oh, I got accused of being you, Nasser, right? Did you know that? Not like literally being you, but I got accused of pulling a Nasser.
Wait, what happened now?
So I was on another stream late last night called Indie Volt, right? I don't know if you know those guys or not.
I don't. Wait, whose stream is it?
It's called Indie Volt. It's hosted by a guy named Varian Grant and Randy Zimmerman.
I don't think I know them.
Well, they're big fans. And anyway, I was on their stream and I posted before I got on there my link, right? And like, oh, this guy's pulling a Nasser, man. Like, you know, promoting my stuff.
You'll have to
right?
send me this.
Yeah. I will. So yeah, there it is. That's the cover A by the interior artist. You know, I felt that the interior artist should have a cover. You ever buy comics now and like, you know, what you see on the cover is not what you get on the inside?
Right. It's like a million times better.
Right. So I wanted to make sure that people knew what was on the inside, you know?
Like with the Game of Thrones comics, they have Mike do the covers and then they have a lesser artist on the inside.
I'm such a fraud.
Yeah, I know Mike honestly from DC and basically being the Injustice stuff, you know? There we go.
And I didn't even get to do all my covers.
You know, my little sister, she loves the video game Injustice, and I've told her before, I'm like, you know, my friend did the comic, and she's just like, so. I was like, wow, okay. I was like, I guess it's not impressive.
I love the video game as well. I play Part 2 a lot. I'm a Supergirl main, so you know.
Wow, dude, you got a lot of nice covers on here.
Well, yeah, we can go. Steph Wilson is everywhere on Kickstarter right now. Started doing covers in May of 2019. Has done over 25 covers for various crowdfunding campaigns.
I know I've seen his art somewhere.
It's got a very I was gonna say he's got a very Dan Mendoza art style. So, like, have you ever seen like Zombie Tramp, Dollface?
Oh, yes, that's exactly what I'm thinking of.
That's exactly the style. Yeah.
Let's see, and then this is RB White.
So RB White's been featured in Heavy Metal Magazine, Penthouse Magazine. He's done covers for Zenoscope, the Grim Fairy Tales line, and also stuff for Action Lab Comics, which again includes you'll find I deal with a lot of Action Lab people. He's done Zombie Tramp, Dollface, Vampblade, all that good stuff.
Okay, and then let's see, this is the last one here by Paul Green.
So Paul Green, he's got a style that is very comparable, I guess, to J. Scott Campbell, if you will.
Oh yeah.
So like if you kind of notice that vibe there, that piece was colored by Ula Moss. Ula Moss has been around for a while doing work for all sorts of companies. Like recently I seen that she did J. Scott Campbell's colors for Black Cat. So it was very cool to get her on board to color Paul's piece. Now Paul's also worked for Action Lab. He's done work for Big Dog Inc. with Tom Hutchinson, Zenoscope, and most recently he's done covers for Brian Pulido's Lady Death.
Oh, pretty cool. And I see here over on the right that there's only 40 of those left, you guys. So you guys could get that awesome cover right there for 16 US, 20 Canadian, and there's only 40 left.
I think that means 40 gone.
Oh, I misread that. It's 10 left, 40 gone. My bad.
Yeah.
I mixed that up.
Yeah, that's the most popular cover. I mean, and probably rightfully so. So there is a limit on that, and because we want to make that cover special. So yeah, I slapped a limit on it, and they're almost sold out. The metal print we have of that is completely gone. Boom! Like that was the first thing to go.
Okay, and I see there's a few preview pages here. These look really nice.
Thank you, brother. It's done by a Brazilian artist named Samir Sameo. And the colors are done by Dan Olvera, who, again, works for Action Lab Comics. He's been on books like Puppet Master and Vamp Blade and stuff like that. And he done a Dynamite Dog. This is the first time that Niobe's ever been in color. Previous to this, it's always been black and white. So we decided to, try and level up our game. I put an ad out on Facebook. I said, I want a colorist. I want to know your name, your rate, and your samples. And that's it. And overnight, dude, I had over 50 people hit me up on my DMs, man. My Facebook blew up. And we narrowed it down to 2, and then we got down to 1.
Pretty cool. And I see you got buttons here. I actually just did buttons for the first time on the Trixie campaign. I think I'm going to do them again.
Buttons are fun. They're nice. They're cheap. They're awesome to have at conventions. I mean, anyone can spend $1 and buy a button. You know what I mean? Yeah. They're done by a girl here locally that makes all the buttons for all the indie punk bands. So I contacted her and I said, hey, I've seen your buttons at the local shop. You're doing all these buttons for these bands. Have you ever thought about doing buttons for comic books? And she kind of gave me the question mark, and I showed her the project. I said, I need a bunch of buttons made. Can you do it? And she said, absolutely. And we've been in business for a couple of years now.
Oh, cool. I get my buttons from the same place that Alterna Comics does. I asked Peter about it, and he's like, oh, just get them here. It's like, sweet, thank you so much. And I could show you that too if you wanted to compare the prices or something. But people
send me the link to that site or whatever, because it's always good to have an option. Because if my girl ever decides that she's out or she can't do it for whatever reason, then it's always nice to have a second source.
Yeah, and people have really liked the buttons, but I had so many more people that like after the campaign asked me for buttons. They were like, oh, I didn't know you had buttons. I was like, well, it says right there on the side buttons, but so I actually had a few people buy them outside the campaign. They're like, oh, I didn't know there were Kick Nasser buttons. I'm like, well, yeah, there are.
There are Kick Nasser buttons? Oh, that's epic, man.
Yeah,
I made a Niobe kick in your avatar once. Someone asked me to do that.
I remember that. I remember that. And then down here are the prints. Oh man, I really like that one. This Kylie Knight one. That one's pretty sweet.
Kylie Knight's an up and comer doing now work for Big Dog Inc. She's mostly known for her work as a colorist, but now she's striking out on her own as an artist. So she did that little chibi print, which is absolutely adorable. So it's like Niobe racing her little heart out. And then the other one is from a local Canadian artist here named C.K. Russell, who's been with us since the very beginning.
Pretty sweet. I see you got shirts here.
So the shirts are made by popartgear.com. They basically promote themselves as the leader of independent comic book t-shirts. So they work with Joseph Michael Linzer. They've worked with Billy Tushy. They've obviously worked with me. They've worked with Ben Dunn from Antarctic Press. The list of names of people that are involved that have shirts through them is pretty long. Popartgear.com is where you're going to find them. And we have a nice long line of t-shirts, but I picked out 3 for the campaign.
Oh, pretty cool. And you said that this metal print already sold out, right?
Gone. It was the first thing to go.
Oh man.
But it's really sexy. It's really nice.
Let's see. And then you're nearing let's see, which one are you nearing? I'd see which stretch goal you're nearing. How much
we're going towards number 4 now.
Number 4? Okay.
Yeah. So we've unlocked the postcard, the 5th button, so it'll be a brand new button. We've done now we're going to have the first ever Niobe trading card, and the next stretch goal is going to be the cosplay photo.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, I'll send you the link to where I get my trading cards from. Tim Lim actually showed me it, and it's got this website has fantastic rates on their trading cards.
Please do. Yeah. I mean, Tim Lim is awesome. Tim Lim's been a great help to me sort of behind the scenes. He's coming to our off airs. He's been very encouraging. He's said, yeah, send me your book when it's done. I'll bring it over to Antarctic. So, nothing but praise and good words for Mr. Tim Lim.
Awesome. And then here you are at a con down here.
Yeah. There's my ugly mug doing my thing. I like doing cons. The only problem that I've had lately is, oh, geez, you hang out with those comics gators, and we don't know if we can have you around here. that's kind of like what I'm running into, but it is what it is, and what it is what it is.
Yeah, I haven't tried to go to any cons yet, or table at a con rather, so I haven't had that problem yet.
I mean, I keep telling them I'm not Comicsgate, but they don't know the difference,
Yeah, and I'm going to put the link here again in the chat for anyone that hasn't backed it yet. There is the link where you could do so, and then 16 days to go.
I mean, the almighty Caesar wouldn't have me anyway because I do Kickstarter. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I getcha. To me, it doesn't really make a difference. It used to back when I was being an idiot about all the tribalism things. But honestly, if people don't want to back it because it's Kickstarter or Indiegogo, the only person you're hurting really is the creators that are running the campaigns. You're not, sticking it to Kickstarter just because you're not backing Kickstarter. You're just, hurting the creators, and therefore it's not about good books. It's just about
it's about egos. Mike was about to say something though.
Oh, sorry.
I was saying, who was giving you crap?
The local community here where I live. I mean, I'm in Eastern Canada. A lot of people here are pretty much on the left leaning side of things. So, to them, I'm like the black sheep around here.
Yeah, I'm just wondering how many people actually give a damn about Comicsgate there.
The local, it's a thing in our local shop. I have a buddy of mine that lives in the city that writes for Bleeding Fool, and they're well aware of him. They're well aware of me. They're well aware of our YouTube channel. So they've been keeping tabs, And so they follow certain people on Twitter. When I got kicked out of the con last year for speaking up for Vic, kick Vic. I said that Vic deserved due process. Well, I got banned from the convention last year.
Jeez.
Yeah, Bounty and Comics covered that one. I mean, all you have to do is search my name and I'll pop right up. I'm working with the con, though, to come back because I've been with them ever since they started. I used to volunteer for them for 3 years in a row. I volunteered for them. And then when I got a comic book, I started having a table there. I've always, looked after their stuff, in other cities. So, when they were, promoting, say, in Halifax, I would be in Halifax and I would sit at their table while they want to take a break and I would look after their shit. And this is kind of how they treated me. So, but they kind of realized they jumped the gun on a decision against me. So we're talking it out. We're working it out. And hopefully I'll be back at the local scene this year. But all it took was for me to honestly, denounce Comicsgate. And the next thing you know, everything starts to turn around. You know what I mean? And, I can see Mike's son with the very cool headset that lights up. I recently just bought a headset just like that, man. Oh, yeah. Oh yeah, man. I live stream a lot of games, and man, one of these days, sir, I want to take you on a game of Age of Empires.
Oh yeah, jump on.
Yeah. Oh yeah, man. I'm a big fan of Age of Empires. We used to LAN party that stuff way back in the day. I used to work for AOL.
I haven't been playing every Saturday, but that's because I've been doing other stuff. But yeah, we'll probably play this Saturday.
Yeah, I mean, I work usually on Saturdays, but we'll figure it out sometime because I love the real-time strategy games.
Yeah,
I was a big fan of Age of Empires, Command and Conquer, StarCraft, Warcraft, the original one. I used to play. Yeah, we used to do a lot of LAN parties. There was a lot of RTSs and a lot of first-person shooters like Quake 3 and Unreal Tournament and stuff like that back in the day.
Yeah. Yep.
Reed Troutman says, "I don't like Kickstarter because they blocked Mike."
Well, this is it, and a lot of other people don't like Kickstarter because they block Zach. But Indiegogo has also pulled similar things. So I mean, it is a shame that Mike got blocked. A lot of people think that Mike just did it for whatever reason. I honestly think that Mike wanted to have his project up there. But Mike, maybe you can tell us.
Yeah.
There's so many people over there.
I thought there was an audience there that wasn't coming to Indiegogo, and I wanted their money.
Right. And it's a shame that they didn't take you. Now, do you think they didn't take you simply because of the imagery that they saw, or do you think they didn't take you because you had previous associations with comics? Because I think it's the latter, honestly.
I think it's the former, most likely.
Okay.
Most likely. But who knows? They refuse to dialogue about it, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, but there are a lot of people over on Kickstarter, and if I could get my account figured out over there, I might try it. Because back before we launched Stardust, I was going to launch it on Kickstarter, and they were like, "We need to see your ID." So I sent them my ID, and then they said, "We can't confirm this." I was like, "Why not?"
happened to me too. I was with them for 5 years. I did 5 books there, and then when I did the 6th book, they're like, "We need your ID," and so I messaged back, "No problem sending it in, but why do all of a sudden do you need it now?" And it's just because they changed the way they done things. So I sent it in, and once again, just like you, I kind of got the message that they couldn't confirm it. They asked me to take a better picture, so I took the best damn possible picture I could, sent it in, and then about 3 days later, I still hadn't heard from them. I had to message them and hound them, and then they finally approved me. But it took a little bit, a lot of people think that Kickstarter's for just people that lean on the left. I can tell you that's not the case if they let me on there.
Billy Gucci's on there.
Yeah, exactly. Billy's on there as well.
So to Naples.
Yeah.
So
was Jason Brubaker.
Yeah. So we can obviously take 2. Cancel out that myth. There's a lot of sexy imagery on Kickstarter, so I wouldn't say that Kickstarter are a bunch of prunes, but they're definitely a stickler about who they want to do business with, apparently. So,
let's see. Reed Troutman says, "What did Indiegogo block?" Well, I don't know what they blocked, but I'm just gonna let you know that there's gonna be people at pretty much every sort of company in the world that might not like Mike or might not like whoever, and so I don't think you're really sticking anything to Kickstarter
they blocked Fox Days, who they blocked. I mean, if you want the answer, that's the answer.
Did they?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know much details about it though, so I didn't want to, say much about it because I don't really know that situation. Like I know Mike's or even Zach's how they blocked him, but I really know nothing about the whole Fox Day.
I don't know much about Fox Day myself.
Campaign. I just know they blocked him. I'm just saying I've heard they blocked him. I know nothing about the campaign, like what it was for or anything, or what the campaign even was titled. I know nothing about that situation.
Yeah.
I just vaguely have heard of it, but yeah, I mean, if it's just, you don't want to support Kickstarter because they wouldn't put Mike's campaign up. I mean, I understand why you'd be mad at that. I mean, that annoyed me too, but at the same time,
it's not the other traders' faults. That's the decision that Kickstarter made. That's actually, to be honest, that's honestly private business between Mike and Kickstarter. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So I mean, if you don't back, Niobe or any of the other good comics on Kickstarter, I mean, you're not really hurting Kickstarter. You're just hurting creators.
But I will be on Indiegogo as well. I'm one of those guys that kind of does double dip. I did it with Niobe #1, the second printing. We went over to Indiegogo. It's just kind of like Mike said, just to see if there's a market over there. Basically with him going over to Kickstarter, we did that the opposite way. And we had a smaller campaign, but it was successful. So we're going to do it again after this Kickstarter is over and fulfill, because I always fulfill first before I do any other campaign. Once that's done, though, we'll go over to Indiegogo. We'll do a brand new cover just for people on Indiegogo. It'll be an Indiegogo exclusive cover, and people on Indiegogo that want to pick it up can pick it up.
It's interesting, though, watching Doug only make, I don't want to say it's an insignificant amount of money, but compared to the $800,000 he did on Indiegogo, I think that separation is dying. That we'll only buy from one or the other. It's such an insignificant part of the audience now that I don't think it's. I don't know. I don't think it's worth the time.
Well, the same thing happened to Brian Polito. Brian Polito, Lady Death, consistently runs $150,000 to $300,000 Kickstarters every time he steps out the door, and that's every 2 or 3 months. He came over to Indiegogo, and I think he might have done $25,000. You know what I mean?
Right. Which $25,000 is $25,000.
Yeah, it's respectable, but compared to his regular numbers, it was a little bit short, right?
It's diminishing. Is it worth the effort for him?
Well, I mean, sorry, I don't mean to cut you off there.
No, I'm just wondering if it's worth the effort for him because, that is time and energy he could be putting into his next Kickstarter. And if
I think he just did it to give it a try because Doug Knaple really talked him into it, right? Because they were at a con together.
I think it was worth the try. I'm just saying I'm looking at the results and I'm thinking, before I think there was an actual divide, but I think the divide is just diminishing.
Well, I also think that when you look at Doug's campaign, it's at $28,658, and it's really just extra copies he's selling. So it's not like, you know,
it's like bonus money, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's pretty much what it is.
I mean, that's kind of what it is for us. I mean, we'll pay someone to do a new cover, and that's pretty much the expense, right? Like, we'll have a bunch of copies left over, and if we have to print a few more, we will. But basically, it's essentially, you know, go over to Indiegogo, let's move the rest of the copies we got. We'll do a brand new cover for people that want that, and we'll print those. But we'll offer everything else we got too, you know, and yeah, and essentially the work is already done, and yeah, so other than printing and shipping costs, the rest is basically a bonus.
Yeah. I can also find Indiegogo's like I don't know, Indiegogo's just an easier platform.
It is easier to use, and the thing about Indiegogo that's a lot different than Kickstarter is that they'll take the money right away, right? So someone wants to pledge, you know, they'll pay right away. Where Kickstarter, they only take it at the end of the funding period, and only if you are successful. And the problem with that sort of model is that, yeah, I may have like the $50 I pledged in my bank account today, but let's say 3 weeks go by and I forget about it. Yep. And now Kickstarter is collecting the money and I don't have the money in my account. Well, all of a sudden I've now become a failed pledge and the creator doesn't get that money.
Right. Yep.
Yeah. But I also think it also depends where like where Kickstarter places you on their website. Like if they decide to put you under like the campaigns we love, I think, section, or if they put you on like the front page, then, you know, I think Doug would, because I don't know if he's on the front page, but I would imagine if he were put there.
Characters are LGBT, so they wouldn't be on the front page of Kickstarter.
Yeah, but it's like, but if they put him there, I think he would have a lot more backers, and, you know, it would be a much more significant amount of money. But still, 28,000 and some change, almost 29, is fantastic money for, you know, extra leftover copies.
Well, speaking of backers, we just got a new backer, so thank you very much. which is Nasser. There you go. But I had to point it out, you know.
But yeah, if you guys haven't backed it yet, let me get back to it because I opened up Earthworm Jim.
I'm sorry to be playing devil's advocate so much here, but Doug, I asked Doug why he just doesn't open a store and sell.
Right.
And he's like, because I don't want to be constantly fulfilling stuff. So if you're just basically opening a Kickstarter store, it's just another round of him having to fulfill stuff when, yeah, he's got extra copies. Those extra copies would sell the next time he does a Bigfoot Bill campaign.
Man, I'm on the front page. Damn, dude. Jesus. Right. Yeah, I go to comics and illustration and other projects you might like, and there I am. Yeah, of course I might like it. I'm the one that did it.
But yeah, there I just put the link again for the Niobe Kickstarter. So we got 20 people watching. If you guys haven't bought it yet, then you can do so there at the link. And please also share out that Kickstarter link on Twitter, Facebook. If you have a YouTube channel, share it there. Spread the word about great comics that will actually fulfill before launching another campaign.
You know, you have Jim O'Reilly in your chat, and Jim O'Reilly is a fantastic artist. He did a great piece of Niobe on the drawn and quartered fan edition, which just blew my mind. And you know, I ended up getting it from him. Like, I have the original in my house. And then he did he shared a picture of Colossus and Magic, which was just epic. And so I shared that on my Facebook. It's got like over 120 likes from my Facebook followers. Like, people love Mr. O'Reilly's work, sir.
Oh yeah, he I think he was the pros pick on Drawn and Quartered last night. He did a fantastic Venom.
He was.
Nice, yeah. You know a guy who I really like following on the Drawn and Quarters, Matthew Walden. I love the book Punchline, and I'm going to be hitting Matthew Walden up someday and see if he'll take on a commission for me, you know.
Yeah, Matt's awesome. I actually sent him the link to this, but I don't know if he saw it. And anytime I ever send him a link or something, he'll see it like 3 days later. He's like, oh, sorry, I can't come on right now. Like, well, you missed it. It was days ago.
Yeah, a little late on the draw there.
Yeah, he almost never makes it to anything but Friday night auctions and D&Q.
Yeah, I remember one time I actually got him one time on a stream, and he was like, "Don't let Mike know that I made it to a stream that wasn't the auctions or Drawn and Quartered."
Yeah, you have some other good people in here too. You have Pixel Trader. You know, he's come underneath a little bit of fire lately, but you know, just hold your head up high, Pixel, and stick to your guns. You'll be all right, sir. You know, that's the other thing. You know, I keep saying this, but I'm honored that Niobe is the first Kickstarter to be tracked by Indicron.
Oh,
so
nice.
yeah, we have that honor. So again, that's all thanks to Pixel Trader, and I stand by Pixel Trader and his decision. By the way,
I know nothing about it, so we can stay out of
all
that.
right, don't want to talk about that one. Roger
No.
that.
No, I'm trying not to mention any of that stuff. An occasional jab here and there is fine, but
Well, I'm hoping this is a piece of positive support for the man. But I got you. We also have Draken in the chat, man. We have Reed Troutman.
Dragon.
Yeah, we have Dennis here as well.
He's leaving.
oh, Dennis is leaving. See ya, Dennis. Dennis is awesome.
Yep. Dennis is going to buy 100 copies of Magnificent Seven.
There you go.
100?
Uh-huh.
Hopefully he buys 100 copies of my comic.
Oh, he won't.
Yeah, we can use the extra boost. Gary Shipman in the chat. Check it out.
Yeah, Gary was. I don't know if he's still here.
It's a political comic, dude.
Huh?
Because it's a political comic. He wants to give them away.
Maybe I should make a political comic.
Do you know anything
Apparently, all comics are political. Haven't you heard?
I know nothing about politics, by the way. Well, I know the election's coming up, so it's time to vote for Trump again.
Whoa.
That's why it's time to do a political comic.
That's true. But anyways, you guys, I'm actually a little bit hungry, so I think I'm gonna end this stream right now. But
No worries, brother.
Do it.
But thank you guys for coming on here. You both could come on my channel whenever you guys have an open invite. So anytime you guys want to come on, just let me know.
I appreciate that, man.
All right,
And
brother.
Thanks for having me on.
And everyone watching, we still got 20 people in here. So even though we're ending right now, share out the link anyways. Maybe some people would like to catch this on the replay. And don't forget about Larry's Kickstarter right here that I'm putting in the chat again right there. If you guys want a great book to read, then you can back that one. And you won't have to wait, 2 years or whatever to get your book. He's going to fulfill it, and it's going to be quality.
Well, the great thing is the book is already done. The book was finished before we launched. Imagine that, right? I paid for everything. I paid for everything out of pocket. But like I always launch when I'm at least 75% done. This time we were 100% done. Like I have printable PDF in my possession right now, and we're still 17 days into this thing. You know what I mean?
Oh,
That's what I'm
sweet.
doing with Magnificent Seven. I'm gonna have I finished it today, so I'm just gonna get it colored, lettered. I'm actually gonna print up copies to send to Laura Ingram and Steven Crowder and Ben Shapiro and all those guys.
Send me one.
Check it out.
Yeah, man. Yeah, so I mean, there's gonna be no wait time. I mean, essentially, once I know the numbers and what I need to have printed, we can go right off to the printer and get those out. I have a target shipping of May 2020, but if everything goes well, people will be shocked that they got something early instead of late. You know what I mean?
Yep, and before I end, Comic Artist Pro Secrets in the chat says they'll love it. Yeah, they definitely will love it.
Ethan is in the chat. There you go.
But anyways, you guys,
He still has me blocked, by the way, and I don't know why.
Oh, sorry, I suppose. But that's the end of the stream, you guys. So I hope you all.
On that note.
Yeah. But everyone in the chat, you guys all have a great night. Don't forget to back Niobe on Kickstarter, and also my books are down in the description. Peace, you guys.
Peace.
Night.